Hello, and thank you for your interest in coming to work at Rainbow. We are really interested in inviting you in for an interview, but we want to check that it's right for you, and we want to tell you a bit more about the role so that you can also consider whether Rainbow, the way that we work and what we do, would suit what you're looking for. So my name's Sammy. I'm the director at Rainbow, and we have a team of around 50 staff who are amazing from all around the world. We actually have staff from every single continent working at Rainbow. We are a really international, fun, but very hard-working team. Rainbow is located in central downtown Tel Aviv, off of Rothschild and Allenby, so very central with great transport links, actually from all over Israel. And we do have staff that travel quite some way to work, as well as having our local Florentine and Tel Aviv gang who work for us. We do have people that travel from Beersheba, from Haifa. We have people that travel all over every day to work at Rainbow. Hopefully that says something about what it's like to work at Rainbow. And we would love the opportunity to welcome you to the Rainbow family if you think that this is something that you're interested in, and when you come through the interview process, we feel and you feel that it's a good fit. Our interview process is definitely a two-way process. You need to come and check us out and see if you want to work with us as much as we are looking to see whether we think it's a good fit from our end as well. So before we go on, I need to tell you that in order to work at Rainbow, you must already be eligible to work in Israel. So you must either have Israeli ID and be a citizen, or have an unrestricted work visa. Unfortunately, caregiver visas are not valid for working at Rainbow. So you must either be Israeli, or you must have already a work visa. We are not able to help you get a work visa if you don't have one. So one of the questions that we're often asked about people interested in working in a GAN, in an early years nursery setting, is, do I need a qualification? Do I need to be a qualified Ganenet? Do I need to have a diploma in early years? And the answer is no. What we're looking for is passion. Obviously, qualifications and experience are great, but what we're looking for is a passion to work with children and a passion to learn, develop, and reflect on your practice. So you come to work every day thinking, how can I be better today than I was yesterday? How can I better support children's development? How can I better plan for their next steps? How can I better deliver a circle time, show and tell, song time with the children? Also at Rainbow, we have a team of practitioners. In many Israeli GANs or kindergartens, they have a Ganenet or a chief that's in charge of each room, and then they have assistants. We don't operate like that. All of our staff operate at practitioner level. There is a team leader for each of our 5 teams, and the role of the team leader is to support the staff, to deploy, to plan, to organize the day. But our team leader does all the same things that our regular practitioners do. So our regular practitioners do circle time, activities, feedback to parents, plan for children, keep developmental records, plan for children's next steps. And if you haven't done any of that before, don't worry. We will help you, we will support you, and we will train you how to do the things that you need to do in order to fully fulfill the role of an early years practitioner. When you start with us, the first 3 months is considered your induction period, and during that time we support you and train you and give you additional training sessions to develop those skills that maybe you don't yet have, or to develop the knowledge, certainly, of how we do things at Rainbow. We have 150 children at Rainbow. Yes, it is a large kindergarten, and we're split into 5 groups: penguins, tigers, zebras, lions and elephants. Our youngest children are from 4, 5, 6 months to around a year, and it goes up to our elephants class where we have 4 and 5-year-olds, and obviously we have everything in between. There's a number of staff in each room. So for example, in the penguins room there's 3 staff with 15 children. And zebras, we are with 36 children and 7 staff, and it's slightly different in every room. Each room has a team leader and a wonderful team of practitioners. In every class, the children are subdivided into colour groups: red, blue, green and yellow. And one of the practitioners in the room, which could be you, is responsible for one of those colour groups, for supporting their intimate care routines, for supporting their sleep time, for managing their developmental files, for feeding back to their parents, etc., etc. So some of the things that you might do in an average day at Rainbow would include spending time in the garden, creating maybe water play, sensory play, games in the garden, setting out areas. A lot of the day involves organising the children's play spaces, both inside and outside the building, and coming up with great ideas of how to set things out. Take a second to think. How could you really bring a railway track, a children's train track, how could you bring it to life if you were setting that out in the classroom? What else could you include in that setup when you were setting it up? For example, you might include some small plants and trees, some boulders, some rocks, some small people, some things to smell. You might use fabrics. There's many things you can do when you're setting up each area of the classroom to really bring it to life. So we're looking for super creative people who would be really into all of that, to run activities, painting activities, cooking activities, etc. with the children. They're the kinds of things that you do in a day. Supporting children's lunch, doing snack time with them, and of course cleaning up from all of those things as well is a big part and parcel of the role. We have 3 different options for employees. Option 1 is definitely our preferred option. So our full-time practitioners are working 42 hours a week, Sunday through Thursday, and the start time is between 7:10 and 8:10 in the morning, and you finish between 4:30 and 5:30, depending what time you started, and you have a 56-minute break during the day. Don't ask, that's just how it works. So you're also required to work 1 in every 3 Fridays. When you work on a Friday, you can either take the time off, the 5 hours that you work on a Friday, you can take off during the week, or you can be paid overtime for working Fridays. And if you've worked a full week, overtime's always fun because it's 125% of your salary. We also have part-time options, which are our least favourite staff to work with, because it's difficult to timetable part-time staff. So if you are available and you are available only part-time, don't let that put you off from applying, but when you speak to us, be clear about when you're able to work and where your flexibility thresholds are. So if you're available 3 days a week, and it could be any 3 days a week, let us know and we might be able to marry you up with someone that's working 2 days a week. If you're able to work every afternoon starting at 2 o'clock, we might be able to marry you up with someone that's available to work every morning. That's why part-time is a little bit tricky, but it is an option. And the third option is cover staff. Our cover staff are people that have no fixed hours every week. We don't promise you any hours and you don't promise us any hours, but you are on staff. And then when we need people to cover holiday, to cover sickness, could be on days that we might need extra staff because they staff out on home visits or training, then we ask you to come in. And if you are available and you would like to take that shift, you can come in. Sometimes we know months in advance when we need cover staff because people have booked holiday. Sometimes we know the hour that we need them because someone's just gone home sick in the middle of the day. So we'll send a WhatsApp message to the cover group staff and say, can anyone come in now? And usually someone can, and that's great. You can grab that shift and work through till the end of the day. So our cover staff will work with all the groups wherever we need them, where our full-time and usually our part-time practitioners will be within one of the groups. One of the classes will be the group that you work with. Okay, we have a big emphasis on training at Rainbow. Once a month we have a staff meeting where we deliver fun and exciting training. We also have a big meal as part of that staff training so that you can have a chance to socialize with your colleagues outside of work, which is great for building relationships. The nursery is also closed 3 days a year where we deliver a full day of staff training. And we are a 52-week-a-year nursery, so we operate all through the Colomoeds, all through August. We operate 52 weeks of the year. And when you want to take holiday, you fill in a holiday request form and you book holiday in the same way as you would if you were working in an office or...
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm the manager at Rainbow. Looking forward to interviewing. We're a great group of people at Rainbow. We really work hard and we believe in delivering great outcomes for the children. See you soon.
So just to tell you about the starting salary for our main grade practitioners is 6,300 shekels a month for the 42 hours. After your initial 3 months, when you are a fully fledged team member, your salary goes up by another 300 shekels a month. 9 months later, your salary goes up again by another 400 shekels a month. And every year that you stay with us, your salary increases. So the longer you stay with us, the higher your salary. We want to keep you. That is the plan. There's also bonuses every 6 months as well.
Huge wave. Is that?
אפשר לשים בננה או...
Turn the page, that's it. I spy soft blue trousers.
בואו. הנה.
Well done, Mary.
Excellent. Now, who is this?
So I hope you liked that small video of called A Day at Rainbow. Just shows you some of the groups and some of the children. But I just want to finish this very small video by telling you about the interview process and how the interview process is going to work. So the next step is, if you like what you hear on the video, send us a message and we will book you in for an interview. Our interviews last usually 2 hours. The first hour is usually a group interview where you will come in with other people who are also applying to work with us. And the first hour involves learning a bit more about Rainbow, asking questions of the manager, meeting one of the staff, and playing some games and us getting to know you a bit and telling you a bit more about the role. The second hour of the interview is super exciting. This is where you get to go into one of the classrooms, and you will be in there for an hour. You'll have the opportunity to play with the children, to show us your communication skills, to show us whatever skills you have working with the children, and to show us what you would be like in that room, basically. But it also gives you an opportunity to see if it's somewhere that you would like to work. It gives you an opportunity to see how the classroom is run, how the rooms look, how the day's structured, and to just jump in and take part. After the interview, we will send you a form that you will fill in to tell us whether or not you liked it and whether or not you would be interested in moving to the next stage of the interview. Definitely, those people that are not so experienced about working with children, that 1 hour interview is a real eye-opener, and people either love it and think, yes, I could absolutely see myself doing this, or they think, wow, it was a great idea working with children, but in practice, actually, it's not for me. And that's fine. That's why we do it, so you can have a sense of whether or not it's somewhere that you want to work and whether the work fits you. So the second part of the interview process is where we then invite you in for a day with the children, and we call that a trial shift. You come in for an entire day, which you are paid for, and as part of that day, you are one of the team members. Now, usually we give someone a day off or a holiday day that day, so you replace them. So you're one of the number that's actually working in the room, and that gives you a sense of the amount there is to do, the workload, what it feels to be part of the core team, and it gives us a sense of whether or not we feel that you are suited, whether you can manage the pace of the environment, and whether it fits you. Obviously, you're supported throughout the trial shift. You have a buddy who is there to answer questions, to help you all throughout the day. And then again, at that stage, you have an opportunity to say, thanks, but no thanks, definitely not for me, or yes, I love it. And then we decide whether to move forward and offer you a contract to come and work with us, or maybe you're still not sure, or we're still not sure, so we could extend possibly the trial shift period to another day, a week, even a month. We've even offered trial shifts for a month for people that have never worked with children before, are interested but are not sure. And that gives you an opportunity to see if it's for you before you have to sign a permanent employment contract with us. I think that's it for the interview process. So your next steps, if you are interested in coming work for us after looking at this video, get in touch, send a message, and we will set you up with an interview, and we're very excited to meet you.